Have you ever thought about the possibility that your most significant breakthroughs in cybersecurity or in life general could stem from the most straightforward and simplest advice? On this journey to transition into cybersecurity, are you ready to embrace humility? I mean, you see, the thing is, the concept of humility is oftentimes overlooked, but yet it holds great importance. How often do you catch yourself dismissing simple solutions in favor of more complex or intricate ones? I mean, it's like having a straightforward answer or a straightforward solution or instruction right in front of you, but you find yourself searching, looking for something more complex or more intricate, as if the simple ones is not sufficient to address the problem or provide the edge you need to reach your goals. As humans, our most important assets is our mindsets, right? The key is to keep an open mind, be receptive and have an open mind, because a lot of the issues we oftentimes face or encounter stems from our mindsets, all right? So let's delve into the fundamental skills necessary to advance your cybersecurity career in 2024. And today, I'll be taking you through the scriptures, right? I'm going to use a Bible story to break things down. I'll be looking at the book of the 2 Kings chapter 5. And first of all, I would like to let you all know that I am a Christian, and I've always told those who care to know, because there is an intersection between faith, personal, and career development, and those things for me work hand in hand. All right, so I'm a Christian, I believe in the Lord, and that's okay if you don't. I don't have a problem with you. I'm proud of my faith, and I know you should be proud of yours as well. Okay, so now back to our conversation. We're going to look at the Bible story, and we'll be looking at a man in the Bible called Naaman. Now, Naaman was a respected commander of the Syrian army. He was a great man. In fact, he was so great that even the king at the time highly regarded Naaman because of the achievements and the many victories and wars that he had won. He had so much power, so much influence, right? I mean, he was so influential and powerful that if he sneezes, the whole Syrian army will catch cold. That's how powerful he was. But he suffered from leprosy. So having all that authority, having all that power, but yes, he had a setback, he had an infirmity. And so also, you might be here working double jobs, maybe you're working 2 or 3 jobs, you're making so much money, you're working in healthcare or you're working in IT, you're making so much money, but you don't have time for your family. That could be your own leprosy. Or you're making so much money, but you don't have time to go on vacation, you don't have time to go on holidays. That could also be your leprosy in this instance. All right. So now Naaman learns from a servant's girl about a prophet in Israel, Prophet Elisha, who could cure him from his leprosy. So usually back in the days, when they go out to war, they come back with spoils of war, and the servant girl was one of the spoils of war back in the day that he came back with, and that girl was now worked with his wife as a servant, right? So the servant was the one who gave him the suggestion, saying that, look, there is a man, there's a prophet, Elisha in Israel, who can cure you from your leprosy. Now, let's pause there and just take a step back. Now imagine someone, an authoritative figure, someone powerful, the commander of the whole army in Syria, to a lowly servant. Can you see the difference there? What does that mean? That essentially means that your solution can come from anywhere. Your solution can come from someone that you don't even know. Your solution can come from someone that you even look down upon. And many of us will ask ourselves that, what does this person know? Why? Who are you? You're very, very junior to me. You don't even roll in the same economic class as I am. You're not in the same tax bracket as I am. Why should I listen to you? But Naaman was humble enough, and he listened to the servant, was open to suggestion. He listened to her and agreed with what she was saying and took the servant's advice. Now Naaman left and went to Israel, with gifts, seeking the help of Elisha. Now when Naaman got to Elisha's house, he was expecting that Elisha would have a welcome party waiting for him, roll out the red carpet, have rose petals, for him to walk upon, and all of that good stuff. But guess what? Elisha didn't even come out to meet him. Elisha just sent a messenger to him with an instruction that Naaman should go to the river Jordan and dip himself there 7 times. Now imagine how Naaman felt. Somebody who is so authoritative. It's probably someone who is used to people, falling on their knees to worship him, to greet him. He's used to the one giving the instruction. So imagine how he felt. I'm sure he was livid. He probably had smoke fuming from his ears, but so he was obviously upset that the prophet didn't even come out to meet him. He was expecting a grand gesture as opposed to a simple one-liner telling him to go dip himself in the river Jordan. Now this alludes to what I mentioned earlier, that some of the solutions to your problems lie in the simple things. A lot of you would have seen some of my posts online and hear me talk about how you can break into cybersecurity, and you're probably expecting something more grandiose or complex, right? You're expecting something complicated, and because of how simple I'm breaking it down to you and this laying out the step-by-step processes, you're there thinking that, how is this even possible? And I'm sure Naaman thought about that as well. He probably said, how is it possible? How would I just go to the river Jordan? How would you ask me to just go dip myself in the river Jordan? Not only did he downplay that instruction, he also doubted the power of the river Jordan, right? Because he was like, how would Elisha ask him to go dip himself in the river Jordan, which was known to be a dirty river, as compared to the more beautiful and more attractive rivers of Damascus at the time. All right. So also some of you would ask that, how would Akin ask me to follow this simple instruction or this simple step-by-step instruction to transition into cybersecurity? You probably want something more grandiose. You want something more complex, and you believe, and then you downplay that instruction, right? You believe that if you don't pay maybe $20,000-$30,000 or pounds to some university to get a degree or to some boot camp, you won't get your result, because you believe that in doing so you will produce your result. But that is usually not the case. All right, the solution lies in simple things. So let's go back to Naaman. He was angry. Now it was his servant who then persuaded him to follow that seemingly simple advice. All right. Another important thing to note here on your journey, you need to surround yourself with people who would speak truth to you. People who are also going on the same journey as you. I mean, it is possible that Naaman's soldier could have easily instigated him to go back and probably hurt Prophet Elisha or kill him, because of how disrespectful they perceived his instructions to Naaman was. But that would have just misled Naaman, and he wouldn't have gotten his healing. But you know what they did? They told him to please listen to the instruction and go dip himself in the river Jordan. One of the servants asked him that, Master, what if this man had asked you to do something great? What if he had asked you to bring money or do something great? Wouldn't you have done it? Basically, what this is saying is, it is good to surround yourself, and it's important to surround yourself with people who have your best interest at heart. Not only that, you need to surround yourself with people that can tell you the truth, because sometimes our pride, our ego, clouds our judgments. They oftentimes get in the way, and there are times when we know the truth, but because of our pride, we won't want to submit to instruction. We believe that what we know is enough. But if what you know is enough, you won't be where you are today. If the information you have is enough, you won't be where you are today. If the experience you have is enough, you won't be where you are today. So what that means is you need access to superior information. You need someone who has gone where you want to be to come and then instruct you and tell you what to do. Okay? Naaman went to the river Jordan and began dipping himself. And I'm sure as he was dipping himself and coming out, he probably would have been thinking and doubting if the solution is working. He dipped himself the first time and came out, no healing. He did it the second time and came out, still no healing. The third, the fourth, the fifth time, and still nothing had changed. And so some of you are here who don't see immediate results, right? You give up. You're trying to get into cybersecurity and you're not getting jobs on time, and then you just quit and give up. But you see, the problem still remains. But if you do not stop, you will get your job. You go for job interviews the first job interview, you don't get the first job interview, but then you give up. But if you don't give up, you'll get the job and your life will change for the better. So Naaman kept on dipping himself. And if he had stopped on the 5th or 6th count and given up because he wasn't seeing immediate result, he wouldn't have gotten his breakthrough. But then again, because he had people around him who could talk truth to him, I'm sure that even if he had stopped maybe on the 4th or the 5th time, the servants would have encouraged him. They would say, "Master, just go one more time, so they will keep on encouraging him. So I really hope that on this journey you surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. Okay, there are a couple of lessons that we could unpack from this story. Now, the first one is be humble. Humility is very, very important here. Naaman, a high-ranking authoritative figure, the commander of the Syrian army, he had to humble himself and listen to the suggestion and the opinions of his servants. In fact, of two servants, right? The first one was the servant who told him to go meet the prophet Elisha in Israel, whilst the second servant was the one who convinced him to listen to the instruction and go of the prophet and go to the river Jordan to dip himself. So if you are here thinking that what can a young chap like I can possibly know, you better listen. Be humble, listen, all right, so that you get the solution to what you need. Humility is very, very, very important. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. It doesn't even matter what you know. There's still some things that you do not know, especially if you want to move to another level, right? Those who are at that level know more than you, and the best thing you can do is be humble and listen to them. Okay. Lesson number 2 is simplicity. Now, sometimes the solution to most problems are a lot simpler than we expect, right? Imagine if Naaman had discarded the instruction because of how seemingly simple it seemed. He would have missed out on his breakthrough. So also, you would come across coaches and mentors who would give you some seemingly simple instruction, and then you mock this instruction because it doesn't sound grandiose, or you believe in a more complex solution. But who knows, if you had gone through that seemingly simple solution, maybe you would have gotten your breakthrough, or maybe you would have gotten your results. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it is simple for a reason, and that reason is because the person who's giving it to you has gone through what you're currently going through. They've figured out the best way to navigate that path, using their own experience, the mistakes they've made on the way, and the lessons that they've learned. And then they've now unpacked everything into a simple step-by-step solution and handed it to you on a platter. That is why it is simple. All right. Lesson number 3, tenacity. Be intentional and resilient on your journey to success. Naaman dipped himself 7 times in the river Jordan. So if at first you don't succeed in your search for a job, or you don't pass the first job interview, don't give up. Pick yourself up and try again. I have some of my students who got a cybersecurity job on the first interview, whilst another who attended 15 interviews before he got his cybersecurity job. But guess what? If he had quit and had given up, he would never have gotten the cybersecurity role. Then he would have missed out on his career breakthrough. But now he's so happy, living the life of his dreams, earning 3 times what he used to earn in his previous job, working completely remotely, of course, and having spare time to spend with his family, going on holidays and vacations whilst enjoying the job. So don't give up if things don't initially look like it. The 4th one here is the importance of good company. On your journey to success, it is important to surround yourself with people who have your best interest at heart. Surround yourself with people who would speak truth to you and encourage you on your career development journey. From the story, we can see that it was those around Naaman that was able to point him in the right direction. And when he wanted to stray away from that path, they were also there to nudge him back on the right path. So the importance of good company, right? The importance of the people you surround yourself with is equally important. Okay, so a quick recap on the lessons learned is: 1, humility, you have to be humble. 2, simplicity, do not despise simple things, because the answers to your problems might lie in simple things. The third one is tenacity, and the fourth one is surround yourself with good company. Okay, so my final counsel for you today is to just ensure that you're intentional on this journey to transition into cybersecurity. Be intentional in your journey, be resilient as well. Have tenacity, have an open mind, because like I said, the mindset is very, very important. It's your greatest asset. And always remember that I am always here. I'm your friendly neighborhood cybersecurity expert, Akin Odedino, and I'm here to help you on this journey. Okay, so if you would like to know how I can help you, or if you want to join my training programs and know how I can help you transition into a six-figure career in cybersecurity, just click on the link. I don't know, it will be somewhere on this video, maybe or in the bio or somewhere around. I'm sure if you look around, you will see it. Click on the link there. It's a calendar link where you can schedule and book a call with either myself or a member of my team, and then we'll reach out to you and we'll see how we can work with you on ensuring that you transition into a six-figure career in cybersecurity. Okay, so that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next.